Welcome back everybody, I'm Zell, and today we're doing a video, kind of a video response to Birdshot IV and their pick your last 5 EDC knives ever. And we're even going to spice it up just a little bit, so come on in here and let's get started. So 5 folding knives, the last ones you're ever going to get. And we're going to do this first assuming that the rest of the world stays the same. So, what do you pick? I mean, it's crazy to have to pick just 5. I know some of you guys out there only have 1 knife, or maybe 2, but I don't. And it's just nuts to have to pick 5 out of all these and the ones over here and the ones over there. So, all right. So, we know we have to keep the buck marksman. So let's move some of this stuff out of the way here. The buck marksman has to stay. There's just no doubt about that. So we'll put it over here. So what else do you keep? I mean, well, we're going to keep the 710, I think. We kind of got to. That M390 and that. The rest of the world's not going to change, so I'll have my sharpening equipment. So the M390 is great. But what if I don't have my sharpening equipment? Well, either way, I'm going to want a rat too. I would take a Kershaw leak, but since I don't get any more knives for the rest of my life, I might break that leak with that thin little blade, so we'll go with a rat too. But then what? I mean, what do you choose? Do you choose the high quality steel? Do you choose something that's got a great mechanism in it? Maybe we can choose both, and I think I will on this one. We've got the Mannix 2 lightweight. I don't know if that's the greatest choice, because with only 5, I'm putting myself in a disadvantage here. I've got an Ontario rat that doesn't have a great warranty on it, and I've got the Mannix 2, and it's got a really good warranty on it, but Spyderco doesn't replace blades in case I broke one. But yeah, we're still going to stick with it. And so I've got to have one knife that's kind of showy. So we'll go with this one. It's a coated blade, coated D2 Reptilian and an advanced weapons technology blue aluminum handle set. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So we have, for our top 5, we have the buck marksman. You guys know I love that thing. And we have a Benchmade 710. You guys know I really like that one as well. An Ontario rat too. I know that's a bit odd compared to all the others, but this one and the Kershaw leak are 2 knives that I really like to carry. But if I only get one, I have a bad habit of breaking the leaks. I mean, we could set it out here, and it might be a good idea. In fact, we're going to. Just because of the warranty, we're going to put the leak out here. Because if I do break a blade, Kershaw will let me give him $10 and get another blade. So, like $17 once I send it in. But the warranty might keep me from not having a knife. And then we're going to go out on a bit of a limb here, but I think we'll be okay with this Spyderco Mannix lightweight, as long as I don't use it to hack and slash at things. And then this just because we got to have something that looks really, really good. And this thing, guys, and this AWT handle is just awesome. So anyhow, it's a D2 coated blade Griptilian and that AWT handle. So there we go. I think that's going to be it. If I only, out of the knives I have here around me, if I could only have 5 of them for the rest of my days, right now, I think those are the 5 I'd pick. You know, and if you notice, I'm kind of picking on warranty a little bit. I mean, yeah, I really, really like these 2 knives, but Buck and Benchmade have got my back. Kershaw's really got my back, just like these guys. And Spyderco pretty much does, except for the blade replacement. And here we have another Benchmade, so you know, I'm kind of looks like I'm picking on warranty. We're going to make this a little more interesting. So we're going to go top 5 knives for an end of the world scenario. What would you take with you? What would you have with you if you might not be able to find anymore? Maybe you're going to be stuck in the wilderness somewhere. Maybe it's nuclear winter or whatever. But what would you want with you for blades? You know, I had to really think about this one. And I think it's a bit of a chance here, but I'm going to leave the Buck Marksman right there. And the reason I say it might be a bit of a chance is because you kind of got to have some tools to work on this one every once in a while. And it does have ball bearings in it. But I'm going to bank on the fact that I can find some Allen wrenches and a little bit of oil somewhere and keep this one in good shape. You know, from there, where do we go? Well, warranty doesn't matter anymore, so I'm going to take a Mannix with me for sure. It's lightweight, that FRCP, really, really easy to carry, and the CPM S110V is awesome. You know, from here, things are going to change a little bit, though. If we're in an end-of-the-world scenario, I may not have access to my sharpening equipment, so this AUS 8 blade and this Rat 1, that might save me, because I can sharpen this on anything abrasive. I mean, the bottom of a ceramic mug. You know, anything I can find that's got a little bit of abrasive to it, I can sharpen this Ontario Rat 1 with the AUS 8 in it down to at least a useful edge. So we're going to move up from the Rat 2 and take the larger Rat 1. You know, and then I really don't know from there. I mean, you know, you could take a Delica, but you know, Delica's kind of a basic knife. It's a great EDC knife, but you know, very basic. You know, we could take a Cryo, but you know, that's kind of a heavy little booger if you're going to be toting around a bunch of stuff at the end of the world. Toting around, nodding to you guys out there in North Carolina. Anyhow, you know, we could take a mini Griptilian, but if we're into the worlding things, that's a rather small knife. You know, so you know, it'd be really cool to take this ZT-0770. It's got a blade that's really set up for that kind of thing. But, you know, I don't want to have to carry a bag of torsion bars with me in case I lose a torsion bar. So, I don't know. I'm going to take that one. You know, I think put this Griptilian back in there. That I really like this one with the aluminum handle. It's a little weighty with that AWT handle. It adds some to it, but I just really like that one, so we're going to stick it in there. So what do we do for the last one? We get 5, so, you know, I don't know. Do we take something like a Dozier, something small, or the Delica? Or, you know, we don't want to take a cheap knife this time. No, we take a little Dragonfly, the ZDP 189. But there again, if we end up somewhere where we can't find sharpening tools, that would really be a pain. So, you know, I don't know. You know, we could take the 710, but there again, if we can't find sharpening tools, that 710 is going to be a pain. Well, you know, I think just on usability, and have an S30V, which will hold an edge quite a long time, but should be able to be sharpened reasonably easy on whatever I can find. We'll put that Paramilitary 2 in there. And plus, it's really lightweight. Doesn't take up a whole lot of room or weight in your pack. And for that reason, I've got to pull this out. This just can't go. But we have a 550 HG. Yeah, we'll stick that one in there. And it's got more utilitarian blade on it. That'd probably be good for our utility tasks with the end of the world happening, or not happening, I guess. Wouldn't be much going on, huh? But, and we got the plastic handle, which makes it a whole lot lighter. So yeah, okay. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take the buck marksman. That's a little bit of a stretch there, because like I said, we got some things that we got to adjust every once in a while. But in the end of the world, surely I can find some Allen wrenches and a little WD-40 or something. And since we don't have to worry about breaking a blade, we'll take this Mannix 2 and just be a little careful with it. And the Rat 1, that one is simply so we got something with some, not really softer steel, but steel that's got more grindability so that we can sharpen it on just about anything slightly abrasive. You know, the 550HG, kind of the same reason. That 154 CM that's in this knife and in this knife, it's not terribly hard stuff, so just about anything we come across that has abrasive properties, we ought to be able to at least get a working edge on this one too. And then, you know, this one is just because it's a great knife. It's a semi-heavy duty knife and works freaking awesome. So we want that paramilitary too. I guess I ought to get it up here in frame. So anyhow, added a little bit to that. We're going to do the end of the world scenario as well. And I'll shoot that back to you guys over at Birdshot IV. What is your end of the world? And you guys out there watching, put it in the comments. What are your, if you only got 5 knives for the rest of your life, what are your top 5? And then, if the end of the world was happening, and you only had room to pack 5 folders for wherever you were going, you know, like me, if the end of the world happens, I'm letting all the cattle out and moving south. And that way I don't freeze in the wintertime. And I'm only going to have so much room to pack, so I may only be able to take 5 knives. Which ones are you going to take? Let me know down in the comments, or do like I'm doing here and do kind of a video response and put it down in the comments. Anyhow, guys, I really appreciate you watching. I hope we can have some fun with this. And hit me up on those social media links, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And have a great day, and I'll see you next time. One more thing, guys. I'm really glad they just said folders, because I'm still going to take a whole bowl full of these with me, no matter whether it's my last 5 folding knives or the end of the world. 58mm Swiss Army knives. I'm going to have a bunch.